Okay, that's a bit dark in here, isn't it? Time to reassemble then. So these should be pretty easy to put back together, to be fair. Let's do the volume pot first. That's got a little spring, some sort of retention. Okay, let's put the other two in. This one, that's the volume pot in. And the squelch. Again, I'll just solder one to start with. There we go, I can just solder the other two. Right, that looks like they're back together. Just get my magnifiers on, have a look over the board. Make sure we've got good joints. Which we have. There we are, one rebuilt. Be really careful with this stuff, because if I get this anywhere near the innards of it, I'll ruin. What I did is I put one of these back together. I think it was the squelch one, and I squirted some switch cleaner in there. Also cleaned it all up with isopropyl, like you do. And lo and behold, it actually made the whole contact piece come off of the plastic, so I had to redo the whole lot. So yeah, be careful. Just a quick clean up. And that's it, done. So that is volume pots on a really tricky radio, actually fixed, which I'm really pleased about, because I've tried to get replacement pots and I've got stuff similar, but you just can't get the same ones. So hopefully, if this is looked after and very gently used, the owner will be able to get many more years service out of it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, I will put it all back in the radio and we'll test the radio, but really the purpose of this video is to show you how to, well, not how you can do it, but how I've rebuilt these volume and squelch pots. Really tricky. Certainly you need the microscope. You could probably just about get away with it with some magnifying lenses, but really the microscope for the gluing and putting the tracks back in is very, very useful. So if you like that, give me a thumbs up and join me again for another video soon. Bye for now. Okay, so I'm going to make a start on putting this back together. I've cleaned the front panel, cleaned the glass, cleaned the back of it as well. It's pretty bad. So that's looking a lot nicer. So there's my pots all back together, ready to go in. So do that first, get them out of the way. So they literally just fit in there. They've got thread lock on them, which is why you can see my little thing of thread locker there. Or Loctite we used to call it, I think. Let's put the little screws on, the little nuts even. Okay, yeah, the thread locks are certainly working there. To go find my socket again for tightening those up. I think it was that one, wasn't it? 11 mil. Yes, it was. Just giving a little tweak with the ratchet, not the ratchet bar, the T-bar, not a T-bar, I don't know. Whatever this is. They ain't going anywhere, but as I say, it did have thread lock on it, so it's going to have some on it again. If I can find my cocktail stick. I'm going to put it on with a cocktail stick, just it makes it less messy. Don't need a massive amount on there. Just enough to stop it moving. Someone, I'm sure, will have to get it off again one day. Hopefully it won't be me. Right, that's that back together. So just two connectors on there. Let's put the black one in first. So the black one. And the red one. They're stuck down with this little bit of tape. There we go. That's that bit back in. Now I need to do a bit of cleaning here. I've got to take this knob off and give it a good clean. Also, I've got to clean around the power button as well. So bear with me. I'm just going to clean that. I mean, you don't need to see me doing that. Okay, well, I've been and done a bit of cleaning. Everything's come up really nice, actually. So I've got rid of all the dust and everything from in here. Let's just get this back together. That goes under there and over there. Gotta remember which screws go where. He says as he's forgot. Okay, so I was right. So these screws got to go in. Just that one and that one. No, there was Didn't need to take that board off, so there's 4 screws there as well. Okay, so that's the basic lump back together. I'm going to sort of like jerry rig it back together in a second. I have got to sort this out because we've got some corrosion on the battery terminals. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go downstairs and just leave that stood in some vinegar for a while. Probably have to do it in 2 hits, each side up. Get that done, and then hopefully that'll sort those contacts out. So I've got some more cleaning to do, and we're going to give it another go. Okay, let's get me off. Let's get my picture off of here. I've just plugged it in. It's plugged into my power supply. I just did a quick scan through the airband, and lo and behold, we have a station. (125.850). So let's try our pots. So let's turn the auto squelch off first. So squelch is working. Volume. Brilliant. Let's turn the squelch back on, the auto squelch, which works very well actually. A nice little scanner this. I'm liking this. So let's scan. See if there's anything else about. Just scanning up at the moment. 127825, something on there as well. Scan about a bit more. I haven't read the instructions on this, by the way, so I will sit down later and have a look at the instructions and go right through all the bands. I just thought we'd play with airband, and I've got my my scanner antenna just attached to it at the moment. It just sat on top of the filing cabinet, so nothing fancy. Once it finds a station, it just stops dead. So I don't know whether any of these buttons actually make it scan again without having to push the button. Scan back through. There's nothing down on the lower bands really. So the main thing is my my repair of the volume and the squelch pots has been successful, and it's taken an absolute age, to be fair, to do it, but it's our cars. You know, there's no choice. They can't be replaced. I can't find a replacement. I found some that I could probably cobble together and get away with using, but not ideal by any means. The issue really is the squelch pot has got a switch on it, which switches in the auto squelch or manual squelch. You cannot get that. See, basically, you've got to choose between one or the other, and that I could fix it like that, but really they've got to be stripped apart and repaired. Hell of a job, but very much worth it. So the next time you see this radio, I will know exactly how it works. It will all be put back together, and we can give it a run through on all the bands, see if we can pick stuff up. So that's it for now. Let's just see if it'll stop on another one, just to appease us. It's not looking good now, is it? Just missed one there, I think. Let's go back down the other way. This airband's very hit and miss because you've got pilots just calling in. You know, you don't know when one's going to key up, so it's really, you do need a scanner to listen to airband, really, unless you've got a set amount of frequencies and you just trawl through them all the time. But it's an interesting hobby, scanning, really. It's a shame there's not as much on it as there used to be. So there you are. That's it for now, anyway. But working, sorted. Okay, well, welcome back. This is the final part of the video. So you got the top of my head there, haven't you? It's a bit not a very good picture. Anyway, it's done. It's finished. It's working. It's great. It's a really nice radio. So to summarise, basically, it's had a deep clean now. I've gone right the way through it, cleaned it right up, got all the dust out from behind the dial, or behind the display. Cleaned it all inside. I've rebuilt the volume and the squelch pots. That's pretty much it. It's taken an age, but well worth it. A lovely looking radio, and it's performing really well. So let's have a look. It's got a bit of a wonky area, as you can see. It's a bit of a banana jobby. I'll be careful because it's blowing the light out here a little bit, so I need to make sure I'm sort of over about there. Let's just put that bit of tape there so I know where to put it. There we go. So there he is. Let's just turn him on.
As the government is preparing for the next stage of fighting the coronavirus.
Containment is extremely unlikely to work on its own.
Volume.
And that is why we are making extensive preparations for a move to the delay phase. We're preparing various
this is on FM at the moment.
Spread
AM.
of this disease.
Increase at the Royal Wolverhampton Hospital. Medical problems that have drafted the virus in this country. 319 people have now tested positive. That's an increase of 46 on yesterday. 38 people.
It's really it's getting interfered with in here, but it's working fine. Air does work, but at the moment is getting an airband station is a little bit hit and miss on that. It's it sort of does it as and when it wants to. End of the day, you're waiting for a pilot to key the microphone, and they're few and far between. But believe me, it does work. It settles on various like little sort of birdies, which are airband data, like that. That's airband data, and that's on 135. So I've got my signal generator turned on. And that's set to a frequency of 150. And I'm just going to test the squelch, to be fair. So that's a really strong signal at the moment. The squelch is fully open. Let's just turn that down a little bit. Squelch is closed. Come back. There it is, auto squelch. Auto squelch, that's minus, minus 61 dBm, so let's see when it comes in. Auto squelch is working. Manual squelch. This is on PSB. I don't know what is it, public service band? It's basically one of the VHF bands. So let's try tuning to an AM station in a minute. Let's go air band. Let's go say 130. 130. Come on. 133 then. Megahertz. That should be fine. So let's we can direct entry. Sorry. It's blowing the camera up a little bit. We can go direct entry 133. You can hear that breaking through there. Let's just level a little bit. So it's definitely working. So let's go down below the level of the auto squelch, see if it cuts out. There's the auto squelch is cutting out. So yeah, working fine. Scanning fine. I'm just scanning down through the FM band. I've got a squelch on now.
Temperatures 8 to 10 Celsius.
Got to turn the squelch down to get it to scan.
Nothing was focused much of their royal work in this area, but that was not to be. Harry and Meghan will soon return to Canada.
And Western Scotland, lows of 9 Celsius in London, Cardiff and Belfast, and 5 in Edinburgh. That's the BBC News at 5:05.
James, thank you very much.
So there you are. Working very well. I'll put a little bit of tape there now, but yeah, so really pleased with the repair. Never done one of these before, but that's worked very well. It's functioning on all bands. I'm sure the owner will have a lot of fun with it. There's only one thing I did do. There's some long screws that go in the side there, and basically they're to hold the like brackets for the strap. And I don't know what I've done with them now. They're here somewhere. Basically, I've taken them out. I've put some much shorter ones in. They're M2.6, which is a weird size. I did manage to get hold of some, so I've done that. Because the other ones, they were basically hitting against the inside of the radio. If you really scrunched them up, you'd ruin the circuit boards. So it really needs the strap holders on there, or shorter screws. So I'll put shorter screws in. But that's it. That one will be going back to its owner very soon. Hope you've enjoyed that. As I say, lovely little radio. Really pleased with how it's turned out. And I'll be looking out for one myself. Bye for now.